Everybody, Bungsy here with another ultralight review on ultralight backpacking. 3 years ago, I know, been doing this too long, I did a review of Altra's Lone Peak shoes, specifically their 3.5 release. I pointed out, among other things, that Altra had jacked with their sizing standards, and I warned everyone to size up, even more than they're used to when picking up a fresh pair of Lone Peaks. Since then, I had moved on to the Altra Timps model, as they provided the perfect amount of cushioning, if you ask me. I was a big fan of those shoes. Stress the word was. Well, I got my hands, or should I say feet, on a fresh pair of Timps this past summer in their new 2.0 redesign. So, what has changed? I'll start with some little observations, but stick around because I have a whopper for you. First off, they are using a new fabric called Phatex that is specifically designed to pull and release moisture more quickly. This is a good improvement, though obviously never as good as advertised. I actually have this material in my cycling shoes where I'd noticed the improvement as well. There are also a couple other relatively minor changes. They got rid of the contoured lacing that was on the old model. And they also got rid of the side attachment points for their over-the-top house brand of shoe gaiters. I'm not losing sleep over either of these changes, though I did like the contoured lacing. And if you've binged all my videos, you've probably already seen my recommendation for Dirty Girl gaiters, which I think actually work better with the Altra shoes than Altra's own in-house brand of gaiters. I'll throw a link up there if you haven't seen it. But then there's the fit. They did it again. Damn you, Altra. They are messing with the very essence of their brand, if you ask me. They are still zero drop shoes, but they have now noticeably narrowed the shoe, especially across the mid shoe. I think there's less fabric across the bridge of the shoe, and I think the newer fabric is less forgiving. In fact, I know it is. They are no longer the wide toe-splaying, roomy shoes that they used to be. Now remember, Altra was purchased a year or so ago by the VF Corporation. You probably don't know them by name, but they are a big company. They own the North Face, Smartwool, and a few other outdoor brands. Is it possible that the man has messed with the Altra formula? This might be an explanation, but I'm just guessing. Getting back to the new lower volume, less forgiving fit, depending on your feet, this may actually be a good thing, an insignificant thing, or a run out and buy all the old models of Altras you can before it's too late thing. Feet are so different. For me, I had a hissy fit when I slipped these on. I have a high volume foot. Please don't call my feet fat. They're not fat. I just have a wide forefoot and high arches. The more room in my shoes, the better. Let's put some numbers on this. On paper, I actually measure a 9.5 shoe. For comfort, I almost always need a 10. When Altra started messing with their design, I had to jump to a 10.5. Well, with this release, I could barely get my foot into a 10.5. Seriously, it was really uncomfortable. So I returned them right away and upped my size once again to a size 11. I've never worn 11 in my life. And you know what? They were still too tight across the top and along the sides. I'm still talking in the really uncomfortable realm. Take a look at this video. There is absolutely no give on either side of the forefoot or across the top of the forefoot. It's tight, really tight. This is not a material that's going to stretch out nicely either. And again, you're looking at a size 9.5 foot in a size 11 shoe. That ain't right. I wish I still had my 1.5s to demonstrate this for you. I actually lost them, don't ask, which is why I had to purchase these. With the 9.5s, you could pinch a little fabric across the top, not with the newer release. Here, take a look at these older Superiors on my feet, which are similar to how the prior Timps were cut. You can see the added room in the more traditional Altra design. It really lets your feet and toes spread out. So, these Altras, going back. Altra, if I knew how to create those little fuzzy, blurry things on my screen to hide something, I would be showing you my favorite finger right now. Seriously, I'm pissed. You're breaking my heart. Unfortunately, though, the reality is that it's not all about me and my big feet brethren. For my chicken feet friends, no offense, you might actually love the change. So, if your feet are narrow enough to walk a tightrope with room to spare, then maybe you don't need to size up again. In fact, you might love the change. You might even size down for a change. Finally, Ultras will now fit your little baby feet. But for the rest of us whose feet were made for walking, not ice skating, I suggest you try sizing up again. Or hold on to your seat, find an alternative to Ultra. Hey, they betrayed us, we're not betraying them. And on that note, I found a good alternative, which I'll share with you in an upcoming video. Getting back to Ultra, if you want to experience this for yourself, the good news is that Ultra offers free shipping and free returns. So I just suggest ordering it in 2 sizes and returning the odd man out, or both, and then coming back for my Screw Ultra alternative brand reveal video. Ultra, again, you're breaking our hearts. Tell those North Face shoe designers to get out of your kitchen and go back to your roots. In the meantime, this guy and his normal feet going elsewhere. Ultra, I'll be deleting your number, but hold on to mine. Call when you're ready to apologize. And you better bring some old school designs and a box of chocolates. Again, stay tuned for my review of a great Ultra alternative. I'll have it for you shortly. Well, that's all the time I need, and I hope I gave you something to think about. As always, please help me grow the show by hitting the like button and clicking on the Bungsy logo to subscribe if you haven't already. It helps me a ton. Thanks, and I'll catch you on my next ultralight review on ultralight backpacking.